You know that feeling when your car seems fine. No warning lights, no dramatic misfire, no smoke, nothing obvious. But somehow you're filling the tank more often than you used to. That happens to a lot of people, and the crazy part is, your engine is often telling you exactly what's wrong long before the dashboard says anything. A lot of fuel economy problems never trigger a check engine light. They just quietly cost you money. And if you've ever replaced spark plugs, an oxygen sensor, or even a mass airflow sensor hoping your gas mileage would come back, only to find out it barely changed anything, this is for you. Here's the thing, most people start replacing parts long before they understand the problem. But your scan tool can often give you the clues first. If you enjoy learning how to diagnose cars instead of guessing, subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that saves real money. Live engine data is basically a real-time conversation between your engine computer and the sensors it depends on. Instead of just reading trouble codes, you're watching what the engine is seeing right now while it runs. That sounds complicated, but it's actually easier than it looks. You're not trying to decode some secret mechanic language. You're just looking at patterns, and this is where live data changes everything. One of the most useful patterns you can learn is fuel trim. Short-term fuel trim and long-term fuel trim sound intimidating, but the idea is simple. Fuel trim is the computer adjusting fuel delivery because it doesn't like what it's seeing from combustion. Short-term is the quick correction happening in the moment. Long-term is the computer learning a correction over time. If those numbers are positive, the engine is adding fuel. That usually means it thinks the mixture is lean. If those numbers are negative, the engine is taking fuel away. That usually means it thinks the mixture is rich. So right away, you've got direction. Not a full diagnosis, but direction. And that matters because direction keeps you from firing the part scanning at your engine. Most people completely miss this clue. They see poor gas mileage and assume the engine must be starving for fuel, or they assume a bad oxygen sensor is automatically the cause. But fuel trims don't tell you which part failed. They tell you how the engine is compensating, and that's a huge difference. Let's say your short-term and long-term fuel trims are both noticeably positive at idle, but then they improve when you raise the RPM or drive the car. That pattern matters. A common reason is a vacuum leak. If your engine is pulling in air that never passed through the proper measuring system, the computer doesn't know it's there. That extra air makes the mixture lean, so the computer adds fuel to compensate. The driver might notice rough idle, weak fuel economy, maybe a slight hesitation, maybe nothing dramatic at all. But the scanner shows the engine fighting to keep up. And this is where the data starts getting interesting. A vacuum leak often affects idle more than cruising because engine vacuum is highest at idle. So if trims are high at idle and better under load, that leans you toward unmetered air. Maybe it's a cracked hose, a leaking intake gasket, or a PCV issue. The point is, the pattern gives you a smarter starting place than replacing random sensors. Now flip that around. Let's say fuel trims are positive not just at idle, but also while driving. Now you start thinking a little differently. One possible cause is a dirty or lazy MAF sensor. The MAF measures how much air is coming into the engine so the computer can calculate fuel. If that sensor is underreporting airflow because it's contaminated, the computer may deliver less fuel than needed at first, then add it back when oxygen sensor feedback shows the mixture is lean. The driver might feel reduced power, sluggish response, and worse mileage. The scanner may show fuel trims climbing both at idle and cruise, which can point you toward an airflow measurement problem instead of a vacuum leak. This next pattern can save you from buying parts you don't need. Negative fuel trims tell a different story. If the engine is pulling fuel away, it may be seeing a rich condition. That could happen from excessive fuel pressure, leaking injectors, a MAF that overreports airflow, or other issues that make the engine think it needs more fuel than it really does. Poor mileage, fuel smell, dark exhaust in some cases may be lazy throttle response. Same symptom at the pump. Different cause in the data. I'm not saying every fuel trim issue has the same cause. Now, to be fair, proper diagnosis usually means looking at multiple data points. You want to compare trims, engine load, coolant temperature, MAF readings, and oxygen sensor activity. Because this is exactly why professional diagnosticians rely on data instead of guesses. And speaking of oxygen sensors, a lot of people misunderstand what they do. On most vehicles, the upstream oxygen sensors are there to report whether combustion is running rich or lean, so the engine computer can keep adjusting fuel. They're not magic. They don't diagnose the whole problem for you. But they do help show whether the engine is switching properly and whether the feedback system is alive and responsive. If the sensor response is slow, biased, or just not believable compared to the rest of the data, that matters. But the key is to read it in context, not blame it just because the car uses more gas. The crazy part is, the engine has been reporting this problem the entire time, and most drivers never realize it. Have you ever replaced a sensor only to discover it wasn't the real problem? Let me know below, because that's exactly the trap live data helps you avoid. Check engine lights often show up late because the computer usually needs to see a fault become consistent enough before it sets a code. But fuel trims can start drifting long before that happens. That means you may catch a problem earlier if you're watching how the engine behaves at idle, during light throttle, and while cruising. So the big takeaway is this: don't chase one number and don't guess from one symptom. Look for patterns. Positive trims, negative trims, idle versus driving, sensor behavior over time. Your scanner won't magically fix the car, but it can absolutely narrow the problem down and stop you from replacing good parts. Modern engines are full of useful information, and once you understand what fuel trims are really telling you, poor gas mileage stops being a mystery and starts becoming a diagnostic trail. That can save you hundreds, sometimes more, just by helping you make smarter decisions before spending money. Subscribe if you want more real-world diagnostic tips that save money and avoid unnecessary repairs.